Dr. Ashley Digman is the assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics and chair of the Education Department. Dr. Digman is a 2006 graduate of Dakota Wesleyan University, and she was named Miss Wesleyan in her senior year. Would you please welcome your hostess for this evening's festivities, Dr. Ashley Digman.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for our annual Legacy Banquet. We have much to celebrate and many to thank. Dakota Wesleyan University began the academic year in late August, and with it, we welcomed a record 949 students, the largest enrollment in university history. They know what many of you know. There is no experience quite like the Wesleyan experience. We have enjoyed many accolades this year, including being named to U.S. News and World Report's Best Regional Colleges Midwest, and a Best Value School among Midwestern universities. In addition, Prairie Business Magazine named DWU one of the region's 50 best places to work, a list on which we were the only university. In August, we celebrated the opening of Dakota Hall, a new student residence hall on campus, and we will celebrate the dedication of the new Alumni Welcome Center tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. None of our rankings, capital improvements, or enrollment successes would be possible without you. So tonight, we say thank you for having the confidence to partner with us to make a difference on campus and in the lives of our students. The Legacy Banquet serves as a kickoff of our annual Blue and White Days celebration. I know many of you in the audience have traveled back to be a part of your class reunions, and we extend a special welcome home to you. Now, if you are a graduate of DWU, you know that the most prestigious honor a senior can receive is to be named Scotchman or Miss Wesleyan. This year, we are celebrating Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan candidates and winners from over the years. If you were named Scotchman or Miss Wesleyan your senior year, or if you were a candidate for this honor, please stand now to be recognized. Now please help me welcome our campus pastor, the Reverend Eric Van Meter, to offer this evening's invocation.
Let us pray. God, we thank you for those that have gathered here tonight, for the renewal of old friendships and the celebration of new ones. We thank you for all those that had a part in tonight, however large or small. For those that prepared and will serve the meal, for all who have made it possible. We pray that you would bless these moments together so that we might be a blessing in this world. We pray this together in Jesus' name. Amen.
Now please enjoy your dinner. Please feel free to continue dining as we begin this evening's program. Tonight, we are joined by the Dakota Wesleyan Highlanders under the direction of Dr. Clinton Desmond. They will be performing 2 songs, Honey in the Rock and Eye of the Tiger. Please welcome the Dakota Wesleyan Highlanders. Thank you to the Highlanders and to Dr. Desmond. We invite you to join us on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock for Rock and Roar, a homecoming choir and bells tour, to hear more from the Highlanders, as well as the Dakota Dynamics and Singing Scotchmen, the Wesleyan Bells, and the Dakota Wesleyan Choir. So many individuals and groups are vital to the success of this university. I'm going to invite some of you to stand so we can recognize you. Please hold your applause until all groups have been recognized. First is our Board of Trustees. These individuals choose to invest in and guide the university, and we are grateful for your commitment. If you are a member of the Board of Trustees, please stand. I'd like to ask our faculty and staff to stand. We call ourselves a family because those who work here take a sincere interest in the success of our students and of each other. This is a great group to be a part of. Every large event needs a team, and tonight is no exception. Please join me in thanking our new food service provider, Fresh Ideas, and Chef Jerry, Mitch, Nathan, and their crew for the delicious dinner. Thank you to our physical plant and IT crew for their work tonight and throughout this weekend, and a special thanks to our servers for tonight, the Dakota Wesleyan softball team. Finally, the real reason we are all here, our DWU students. Students, will you please stand so we can recognize you? One reason I love working at DWU is that every day we have the opportunity to interact with remarkable students. One such student is Tyler Larson, a senior from Mitchell. Tyler is a biology major with minors in psychology and allied health. He is a member of the football team, an executive member of the Chaos Club, and he's a research student. Tyler hopes to attend optometry school following graduation. Please welcome Tyler Larson.
Good evening, and thank you, Dr. Digman. As she mentioned, I came from Mitchell, and I didn't exactly take the direct route from Mitchell High School to DWU. I was recruited by both DWU and USF to play football, and my initial decision was to spread my wings, leave home, and attend USF. While I enjoyed my 1 year at USF, I did not find what I was looking for, a sense of belonging. My first contact with DWU during my initial recruiting was with Coach Simple, so I reached out to him about transferring. He preached about a family atmosphere and a chance to compete for playing time right away. He was very open and welcomed me in with open arms. He was also very helpful in guiding me through the transfer process. I also knew that DWU had a strong biology and chemistry program, along with a brand new science center from my official visit that had a huge part in bringing me back home. Once back on campus, I wanted to get involved in campus activities right away, and football provided this first opportunity. I started out as a player for 2 seasons, but injury forced me to hang up my cleats this fall and continue with the program as a student coach. My entire experience with the football program has been extremely rewarding on both a personal and team level. The relationships I have forged with teammates and coaches are extremely tight and are something I look forward to strengthening for many years to come. I'm also a member of CHAOS, which is the Chemistry, Health, and Other Sciences Club. I serve on the executive team as a secretary and help with much of the fundraising. Both the football team and CHAOS are active in community service, which give me numerous opportunities to give back to an area that has done so much for me growing up. I'm actually involved in Campus Chapel and was one of the MCs for this year's homecoming coordination. There are a number of faculty members who have made an impact on me as a person. 2 in particular, Dr. Bethany Melro and Dr. Paula Mazer, have been extremely valuable resources as professors and research leaders. They both have been instrumental in making sure that I was up to speed in chemistry while showing great interest and care about their students' personal lives outside of the class, never missing a sporting event, and always ask about our lives before getting down to work. I've worked for both of them in the lab and as a teaching assistant. The last 2 summers, I have worked on research involving algae and biofuels and the writing of student help manuals and maintenance of the gas chromatography and mass spectrometry instruments. The latter was both exciting and a little unnerving as students, we were given an opportunity to work with such an expensive machine. While these experiences at Dakota Wesleyan are unmeasurable as a whole, they have laid a solid foundation for my future. I've been talking to a lot of my friends and classmates on campus this week in preparation for this speech, and one of the many things that a number of them has mentioned is how much I've grown as a person while I've been here. It's really hard not to feel the community spirit and genuine family atmosphere on this campus. Looking back to when I started college, I wasn't sure what I wanted outside of just playing football. In my 3 years here, I felt I have found my purpose as a student, a leader, and a follower of God. None of this would have been possible without the relationships I have built with everyone I've encountered here at DWU. After graduation, I plan on attending optometry school. Dakota Wesleyan has made a significant impact on my future opportunity. The university has helped me discover my strength as a student, athlete, and young adult. I benefited from numerous contacts with health and science professionals in the field and from past students who have gone through the grad school process. To all of our alumni, parents, friends, faculty, and staff who continuously support Dakota Wesleyan in all the ways possible, thank you for your generosity to our community. Your students are deeply grateful. It is in the spirit of belief in your students to learn, lead, and serve through our faith that makes DWU so special. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. At Dakota Wesleyan, most full-time students receive some type of financial aid, and much of that is in the form of scholarships. Scholarships established by alumni and friends like you. DWU offers the opportunity to endow a scholarship with gifts of $25,000 or more. This year, we are pleased to announce the establishment of 6 new scholarships or special student funds. 4 of these scholarships and funds have representatives here this evening. I invite Kitty Allen, Vice President of Institutional Advancement, and President Amy Novak to the stage to honor these families.
I'd like to invite Wyon Kamick and Wayne Vandertine to please join President Novak at the front of the stage. The John B. and Viola Vandertine Endowed Scholarship was established by Wyon Kamick of Mitchell and Wayne Vandertine of Omaha in loving memory of their father and mother. The proceeds of this fund will be awarded to a junior or senior student in the education department. The John and Viola Vandertine Fund for Christian Mission was endowed for Christian mission was also established by Wyon Kamick and Wayne Vandertine in memory of their mother and father. They established this fund because they wanted to honor their parents' passion for Christian mission, as well as Wyon's passion for nursing as a former DWU nursing faculty member. The proceeds of this fund will be awarded to a nursing student to support a domestic or international Christian mission service opportunity. I would like to invite Don and Barb Young to please come forward. Don and Barb Young are faithful supporters of Dakota Wesleyan athletics. They regularly attend games to cheer on student athletes. The Youngs created this scholarship to benefit these student athletes, as it is awarded annually to someone displaying extraordinary leadership both on and off the playing field. The John G. Clark Endowed Business Scholarship. Will John Clark please join President Novak? Unfortunately, Luann wasn't able to be here tonight. The John G. Clark Endowed Business Scholarship was given in celebration of John's 65th birthday. We all know how old he is now. John is a successful Mitchell business owner who believes in Dakota Wesleyan University and giving back to the community. John values what Dakota Wesleyan provides the community and believes strongly in Dakota Wesleyan's educational opportunities and focus on helping students develop their strengths. The establishment of this scholarship is a tribute to the Clarks' belief in hard work and commitment to making their community better. A very special thank you to these families. And I would also like to invite all of you who financially support an endowed scholarship to please stand at this time.
At this time, I'd like to invite Jory Hansen, Director of Development and 2007 Dakota Wesleyan graduate, to the stage.
2 years ago, we established the President's Circle, an exclusive group of donors who contribute at least $1,000 each year to DWU funds, the Wesleyan Fund, Team Makers, the McGovern Center, athletic sponsorships, endowed scholarships, and capital or departmental funds. President's Circle members provide the foundational support for sustaining the university and building our platform for excellence. I'm pleased to announce that we now have 345 President's Circle members. A complete list of all new President's Circle members is in your program, but at this time I would like to invite all new President's Circle members that are new to stand and be recognized as your name is called. Innovative Systems. Dennis and Wyon Kamink, Justin and Megan Luther, Don and Donna McLean, Todd and Carrie Mueller, and Vince and Marcia Redder. Please give these members a round of applause. A significant factor in the growth of the President's Circle has been due to the generosity of John and Luann Clark. 3 years ago, the Clarks committed to matching all new $1,000 gifts to the Wesleyan Fund in order to increase its impact on the university. Over the years, John and Luann have endowed scholarships and a prestigious faculty award, and this evening, they will also be recognized for reaching a new cumulative giving level. They have an exciting announcement to share with us now.
I've never been to a college or seen another college where they care so much about the students and they just want to shepherd them on their way. They're not just going today and teaching class. They care about what's best for the student and where they end up, and I just think that's a really impressive thing.
When you have an institution like Dakota Wesleyan where the faculty and support staff give on an annual basis, that just tells you how much they're involved and dedicated to the institution and the students themselves. We can continue the success of Dakota Wesleyan in Mitchell by our annual gifts. And as the university grows, we want to be part of that growth and encourage people to give to the college and help it grow. If you attended college, you got some kind of support from someone else. Now it's our turn to give back and help those people. We're happy to support the students. A lot of these are first-time students in their family to go to college. We can help those students like someone helped us before. Dakota Wesleyan is growing, and there's a need to expand the Wesleyan Fund, and we wanted to do something to encourage other donors to give. So through a match program and matching their gift of $1,000, we were able to grow the Wesleyan Fund, because the more students you have, the more need there is for Dakota Wesleyan. We're not only doing the Wesleyan Fund, we're doing the Team Makers, which are both vitally important to Dakota Wesleyan and its growth and continued support of the students. Our goals for this year's challenge is to increase the Wesleyan Fund, to grow the fund along with enrollment, to bring new people into the Wesleyan Fund, and encourage those people that are giving at a less level than $1,000. I think there's more people out there that would like to give and could give and that haven't given in the past, or they haven't given at the $1,000 level. So our gift will continue to encourage them to give. Dakota Wesleyan is one of the larger employers in Mitchell, and a college adds so much to a community. Athletics, culture-wise, bringing youth in, And I think the study is showing that a third to 40% of the students live in the Mitchell area after they graduate. So they are our future leaders. And if we don't invest in our future leaders, what kind of community are we going to have, or region are we going to have in the future?
John and Luann, thank you. Thank you for your leadership giving to Dakota Wesleyan and to our students here. It's greatly appreciated. And we are excited again to announce the continued generosity of the Clark family as they expand their matching gift challenge to all new President Circle members with a gift of $1,000 or more to the Wesleyan Fund or to team makers. Thank you again, John.
Athletics have long been an important part of the Wesleyan experience for many students. Please help me welcome former student athlete and current athletic director, John Hart.
Well, 2018 has been a special year for Dakota Wesleyan athletics. There's no question about that. And tonight I kind of want to highlight some of those accomplishments that we're most proud of. First and foremost, and an obvious one, is our women's basketball team. They became the first team to win a national championship in school history. They ended the year, go ahead. They ended the year 32-6 overall, winning those 5 national tournament games in blowout fashion. Something special that this university and this community long deserved. So huge congratulations goes out to Coach Christensen and that women's basketball program and its first national championship team. Another highlight was that we were again named a 5-star gold Champions of Character institution by the NAIA. We're one of only 12 schools out of the 251 in the NAIA to receive a perfect score. This honor measures growth and character, academic focus, community service, and conduct in competition. Academically, our programs ended the year with a GPA of 3.32, record community service hours, and no conduct ejections for coaches or student athletes. All of this is a testament to the culture that has been established by coaches, faculty, staff, students, and our administration. Another highlight, we welcomed 4 new members into the Dakota Wesleyan Athletics Hall of Fame in April. Those individuals were Danny Bellett-Evenson, Chris Detterman, Jerry Newman, and Brady Wiebe. A great group, and a huge congratulations to those individuals as well. The last and maybe most important highlight is the support that we continue to receive. Last year, we reached record fundraising goals in team makers, corporate sponsorships, team fundraising, all combining in an income of over $850,000, which is unprecedented in comparison to peer institutions. All of these funds allow us to recruit the best student athletes and provide them the best experience at Dakota Wesleyan. So all of these accomplishments and all of these highlights that I just talked about and that I have mentioned are not possible without the support of the people in this room and so many others. So on behalf of our coaches, our athletic administration, and our student athletes, I want to say thank you for your generosity and your constant support of Tiger Athletics. Happy Blue and White Days, everybody. Hope to see you out at some games this weekend. Have a great night. Go Tigers.
Thank you, John, and to everyone who so generously supports the DWU Athletics. At this time, I would like to invite Kitty Allen back to the stage.
The Heritage Roll of Honor was established in 1982 to honor alumni and friends of Dakota Wesleyan University who are committed to the long-term stability of DWU through estate planning. Membership is offered to individuals or couples who have made provisions for Dakota Wesleyan in one or more of the following ways: naming DWU in their will, trust, insurance policy, property, IRA, or money market account, or establishing a charitable gift annuity. If you have included Dakota Wesleyan in your estate plans or provided for a planned gift in other ways, please stand and let us say thank you. Although neither were able to join us this evening, we are pleased to induct Howie and Artie Gunston and Joanne Johnston into the Heritage Roll of Honor. We are grateful for the commitment of these supporters to Dakota Wesleyan's future through planned gifts, and we are pleased to officially welcome these individuals into the Heritage Roll of Honor. During the past year, Dakota Wesleyan lost valued alumni and friends who remembered the university through their estates. These individuals will long be remembered for their love of DWU and their foundational stewardship to the university. We are privileged to have family members and friends of these faithful heritage members with us this evening. Lynna Kalupek. Leighton Kalupek. Right here, Leighton. Lynna was a graduate of 1965. She passed away June 15, 2017. Lynna met her future husband, Leighton, when they were students at Dakota Wesleyan. Lynna taught PE and business classes in Minnesota and in South Dakota. Throughout her life, she overcame various illnesses that eventually limited her to part-time and volunteer work. Lynna's number one priority was her family. Her second love was dancing the jitterbug with Leighton. She also enjoyed helping young children in church activities, and she continued to grow in her faith throughout her life. Nellie King. Will Mary Ellen Jepson please stand? Nellie Lavon King passed away December 20, 2016. Nellie earned her bachelor's degree in teaching from DWU in 1965. In 1973, she earned her master's degree from Augustana. She taught elementary education for 20 years. Nellie also worked at the Townhouse Cafe, Lucan's Bakery, and at Avera Queen of Peace. One of her favorite pastimes was putting up Christmas decorations for residents at Firestill Nursing Home. Viola Vandertine. Will Wyon Kamick and Wayne Vandertine please stand? Viola Grace Vandertine passed away July 20, 2017. Viola developed her passion for education at an early age. After graduating from Corsica High School in 1948 and following a session of summer school, she began her teaching career in the rural school system that fall. Viola was married to John B. Vandertine in 1951, and she continued teaching while raising a family. She attended Southern State College in Springfield, South Dakota during the summers with her 2 children in tow, to complete her college degree in education in 1969. Viola taught 3rd and 4th grade at the Platt Christian School until 1984. She then joined her husband John in running their hardware store in Platt until his death in July 1987. Viola returned to the Platt Christian School as a teacher administrator, and she completed her master's degree from Northern State University when she was 66 years old. She retired in 1998. Viola also spent 10 summers in China with the English Language Institute, teaching young professionals English while spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ in the process. The generosity of these dear alumni and friends, whose memories we honor this evening, will truly benefit Dakota Wesleyan University for generations to come. Thanks be to God for those people, their lives, and their stewardship.
Each year, Dakota Wesleyan recognizes and honors individuals and businesses who have supported the university over time and have reached cumulative giving levels. Dakota Wesleyan began electronically documenting gifts in 1986, so we use that date as the origin of our gift-giving awards. I invite Jory Hansen to recognize the Scotchman giving level.
We have several individuals that have reached the Scotchman giving level, and a few are here with us tonight, which is the Scotchman giving level is cumulative giving of $10,000. I would like to invite the following people to stand as I call your name. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. John and Florence Evans, Dee Dee Karabetsos, and Mark Pitts and Katie Murphy. Congratulations and thank you to all of who have reached the Scotchman giving level this year. Many of you in attendance are past Scotchman recipients, and I invite you to stand and be recognized at this time.
The Tumbleweed Award honors members who have reached the $25,000 giving level this past fiscal year. This award is a piece of Mikasa crystal that represents a tumbleweed and the prairie on which Dakota Wesleyan University was founded.
When I call your name, please come forward. Jim Cochran, Brookings, South Dakota. Jim Cochran is a 1965 graduate of Dakota Wesleyan. He attended DWU because of his Methodist upbringing and was drawn to the music program under the direction of Dr. Kugel. Jim is a music educator in South Dakota and counts among his musical achievements directing the band at President Clinton's 1993 inauguration and performing at Carnegie Hall in New York City. Following his career in music, he went on to a successful career with AT&T. Rita Johnson and Jim Mumford, Webster, South Dakota. Rita and her husband Jim Mumford semi-retired in 2007 and moved from Philadelphia to Rita's hometown of Webster. Rita spent much of her career managing business information systems for the real estate industry and providing consulting services to trade associations, real estate brokerage firms, and multiple listing agencies. Rita has served on the DW Board of Trustees since 2011 and is currently the vice chairwoman of the board. Jim is a native of California, where he earned his degree from San Diego State University. He spent his career working in software development for various companies and eventually started his own company in the Philadelphia area. Randy Sprung, Mitchell, South Dakota. Randy is an avid supporter of Dakota Wesleyan through athletics, special events, his students, and the many alumni that he maintains contact with. He earned his bachelor's degree from Dakota Wesleyan in 1978 and completed his master's degree at the University of Nebraska in Omaha. In 1980, Randy returned to Dakota Wesleyan to provide counseling and advising services to American Indian students. As an assistant professor of psychology at DWU, Randy's responsibilities include program development, assisting student research, and teaching developmental psychology and general psychology. At this time, if you are a past winner of the Tumbleweed Award, please stand and let us recognize you.
The President's Award honors members who have reached the $50,000 giving level this past fiscal year. The bronze medallion is a replica of the one that the President of Dakota Wesleyan University wears at all university events requiring academic regalia. At this time, I welcome Kitty Allen to recognize the President's Award honorees.
Ron and Pam Martin from Tyler, Texas. Ron and Pam Martin are originally from Wagner and both attended DWU in the early 1970s, graduating with business degrees. The Martins have spent most of their married life in Texas, where Pam worked as an accountant for 14 years. In the early 90s, she earned her music certification and taught music for the Tyler Independent School District. She continues to be very active in the music ministry at their local United Methodist Church. Ron is the principal and residential mortgage loan originator for Avenue Mortgage. He is a current member of the DWU Board of Trustees. Don and Barb Young, Mitchell, South Dakota. Don and Barb Young are natives of Mitchell, and Don is a 1968 graduate of DWU. Don served in the United States Army for 2 years following graduation, and upon his return, he began working for Coca-Cola, where he spent his career. He retired as the plant manager in 2001. Barb spent a number of years as the head of the art department at Mitchell High School. She also played an active role in the design of the murals on the Corn Palace. Since their retirement, Don and Barb have traveled extensively. They are the parents of 3 grown children, and they have 6 grandchildren. As we conclude the honoring of our President's Award recipients, I wish to recognize all here who have received this award. Please stand if you are a past recipient of the President's Award.
The Sacrifice or Service Award is presented to donors who have contributed gifts totaling $100,000 or more to Dakota Wesleyan University. The Lucite structure is inset with a hand drawing of one pillar from the campus gateway, depicting the university motto, Sacrifice or Service.
Unfortunately, a recipient of this award, Audrey Van Gendren, was unable to be with us here tonight, but Audrey is from Stickney, South Dakota. Go ahead, the Cross and the Flame will go on to that.
The Cross and Flame Award is presented to those whose cumulative giving has reached the level of $250,000. The award is represented by a canvas of the Cross and Flame, the symbol of the United Methodist Church, and a replica of the beautiful stained glass piece designed by the late Minnietta Green Millard, class of 1963. The original stained glass once graced the chapel in the former Methodist Hospital and is now displayed in the Arlene Gates Department of Nursing in the Glenda K. Corrigan Health and Science Center. The Cross and Flame Award pays tribute to the tradition and partnership between the church and Dakota Wesleyan University.
I would like to invite Brad and Teresa Pratt to please come forward. Brad and Teresa are from North Mankato, Minnesota. Brad and Teresa are both graduates of Dakota Wesleyan. Brad earned a music degree, and Teresa is a graduate of the former Radiation Technology program. Brad taught music for several years before becoming a financial advisor, and in 1990 he co-founded Pratt's Kutsky & Associates, an independent financial services firm. Teresa worked in radiation technology until joining Brad in their business. Brad and Teresa's service to their alma mater includes participation in the 125th Learn Strong Leaders Alumni Leadership Gathering in 2009 and the Innovation Summit in 2017. Most recently, our students and young alumni know Brad and Teresa as hosts for choir tours, opening their home for entertainment, meals, and of course, a soft bed. They have 2 grown children and love having their grandchildren nearby. Brad is a member of the DWU Board of Trustees and recently completed his term as chairman of the board. I'd also wish to recognize all who have received this award in the past, so please stand if you are a past recipient of the Cross and Flame Award.
The Heritage Award is presented to those whose cumulative giving has reached the level of $500,000. The Heritage Award is a handcrafted pottery representing the prairie heritage of the early settlers who had the ambition and foresight to establish a center for learning in Dakota Territory.
I would like to invite Wayne and Mary Pitts to join Amy at the stage. Wayne and Mary Pitts from Mitchell, South Dakota, Pitts Corporation, Mitchell, South Dakota. Pitts Corporation recently celebrated 66 years in business in Mitchell. Currently in its third generation as a family business, Pitts Corporation is committed to serving and meeting the needs of their employees, clients, and all others they work with. The longtime leaders of Pitts Corporation, Wayne and Mary Pitts, have been examples of service to their community, church, and DWU. Wayne's volunteerism has included the boards of the Sioux Falls Catholic Diocesan Foundation, Mitchell Area Development Corporation, and Dakota Wesleyan. Mary has served on the United Way Board and the Mitchell Community Bike Trail Committee, and both have had several roles with Holy Family Catholic Church. Wayne and Mary have 4 grown children. Their son Mark is now the CEO of Pitts Corporation. The Pittses support DWU because of the tremendous asset the university is to the Mitchell community. From the academic offerings, the students that make Mitchell their home, the McGovern Library and its programs, as well as the variety of sports and performing arts offerings. I would also like to recognize all who are here who have received this award. So please stand if you're a past recipient of the Heritage Award.
The John Wesley Award is presented to those whose cumulative giving has reached the level of $1 million. The framed, inspirational, and challenging words are attributed to John Wesley, founder of the Methodist movement. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can.
I would invite John Clark to join President Novak. John and Luann Clark, Mitchell, South Dakota. John Clark is a Nebraska native, who got his start in the grocery business working in his parents' stores when he was just 12 years old. Shortly after graduating from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, he and his siblings acquired his parents' grocery store. In 1984, John purchased Bennett's Market in Mitchell. The County Fair Foods was born. Since then, he has added a convenience store in Mitchell as well as grocery stores in Watertown, Del Rapids, and Marshall, Minnesota. John has been a community leader serving on multiple boards and committees. He has chaired or co-chaired fundraising campaigns for the Dakota Discovery Museum, the Community Theater, and the Mitchell Area Development Corporation. John served 12 years on DWU's Board of Trustees and was the chair of the Development Committee during one of the most significant growth periods in the university's history. In 2017, DWU awarded John an honorary doctorate of business administration. Luann earned her nursing degree from South Dakota State University and went on to become a certified registered nurse anesthetist. Her career as a CRNA spanned 30 years with the Vera McKenna Hospital and the former Sioux Valley Hospital. She retired in 2008. John and Luann have supported Dakota Wesleyan through faithful support of the Wesleyan Fund and Teammakers, 2 endowed scholarships, and an endowed faculty award for teaching excellence. Thank you, John and Luann, for your generosity and commitment, which has positively impacted hundreds of students at Dakota Wesleyan University. This fall, we celebrated another John Wesley Award. It was given to Vicki Miller-Taggart and Mark L. Taggart of St. Louis, Missouri. Here's a photograph from that award. And Vicki Miller-Taggart and Mark Taggart were presented with this award at the fall's opening academic convocation. They established the Keith B. Miller Endowed Chair in Business in memory of Vicki's father, the late Keith Miller, class of 1947. Vicki Miller-Taggart is retired from her career as an ordained United Methodist minister and a psychiatric social worker. She remains actively involved as president of the Women's Connection Network of St. Louis, Missouri, which provides scholarship support to women in transition. Mark Taggart is a U.S. Army veteran, a graduate of Missouri State University, and is retired from Quest Diagnostics and Garda Logistics. Thank you to Vicki and Mark for their spirit of generosity and sacrifice and for this legacy gift in memory of their father and father-in-law.
The Leadership Award is presented to those whose cumulative giving has reached the level of $2,500,000.
I'd like to now invite Tom Clark, CEO of Avera Queen of Peace Hospital in Mitchell, to join President Novak at the front of the stage. Avera Queen of Peace Hospital, Mitchell, South Dakota. Avera Queen of Peace Hospital and Dakota Wesleyan University have a long history of collaboration and partnership. Avera Queen of Peace's financial support of the Athletic Training Graduate Assistant Program and its endowment of scholarships for nursing students greatly benefit the student experience. Additionally, Avera has funded the university's strength and conditioning coach, Kyle Hobbs, and is partnering with the university to provide a team physician who provides primary care and orthopedic sports medicine support. Avera also provides corporate support for athletic programs at the college, donated to the Glendecay Corrigan Healthcare Fitness and Sciences Center, and provided the lead gift to the DWU Avera Sports and Wellness Complex. DWU nursing students benefit from this relationship additionally when they experience clinical rotations at the hospital and at Avera Brady Health and Rehab. Approximately 70% of Avera Queen of Peace nurses are DWU graduates, and DWU alumni are also employed at the Avera facilities in Parkston, Wessington Springs, and other area facilities. Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Avera Queen of Peace Hospital, for your continued support of Dakota Wesleyan University. I am so grateful to all of you who have shared your resources with Dakota Wesleyan. And now I invite President Novak to conclude our giving awards and to introduce you to our 2018 Distinguished Alumni.
We have some very generous donors with us tonight who have previously reached significant cumulative giving levels that I would like to recognize. With the following, please stand. Ron and Sheila Gates, Roger and Vicki Music. Ron and Sheila have been instrumental in shaping the fine and performing arts here at Dakota Wesleyan. They also honored Ron's late wife, Arlene, with a gift to endow the DWU Nursing Department. They have provided leadership in countless ways to support students and their achievements here at Dakota Wesleyan. We are truly grateful for the many ways that Ron and Sheila bleed blue on behalf of Dakota Wesleyan and the community of Mitchell. Thank you. Roger and Vicki Music are also significant supporters of the university. Through their work at Innovative Systems and their partnership with our Digital Media and Design Department, we have flourished and been beneficiaries of their thinking, their thought leadership, and their generous support of Dakota Wesleyan Athletics, the Dakota Wesleyan Annual Fund, and numerous capital projects. We are grateful for their leadership in Mitchell, for their vision for this university, and for their support of our students. Thank you. We are also pleased tonight to recognize the Dakota's Conference of the United Methodist Church for their leadership giving in the amount of $2.5 million. Would Bishop Bruce O. please stand on behalf of the Dakota's Conference of the United Methodist Church? It is not an understatement for me to share with you the support that we receive from the conference has fundamentally changed the course of Dakota Wesleyan. It was the vision of Methodist pioneers to put a university in a place that was still called Dakota Territory. At the time, it was referred to the University on the Hill, And while many of you may not recognize that at 1,300 feet elevation we are on a hill, when Mitchell was first founded, the university was still considered to be on the prairie or on the outskirts of the community. Over the years, this relationship has continued to be a very positive one for the university. Dakota Wesleyan remains committed to equipping leaders for pastoral leadership and leadership in mission and ministry across the world. On a personal note, I want to extend my gratitude to Bishop O for his personal endorsement of Dakota Wesleyan, his advocacy of our United Methodist programming here at the university, and his general friendship in support of the first Catholic president. It goes without saying that he has been welcoming, that the conference has been embracing, and that they have modeled Christian charity and leadership in their expression of support to this university and to me personally. So thank you. Although they are not able to be here tonight, I want to mention two other special individuals that have made important contributions to the momentum of Dakota Wesleyan University. Glenda and Fritz Corrigan received the Legacy Award for giving of $5 million or more. Their fundamental contribution to the Glenda K. Corrigan Health Sciences Center, as well as to the DWU and Avera Sport and Wellness Complex, have truly helped transform the physical landscape of this campus, but more importantly, the student experience. We are grateful to Glenda and Fritz for their vision for Dakota Wesleyan. And finally, although they were here earlier, they were not able to be with us for the whole dinner. I do want to recognize the visionary leadership of Paul and Muffy Kristen. They have served Dakota Wesleyan since 1951. Paul reminds me frequently that he has known officially half of the presidents of the university. And he also reminds me what to do and not to do so as to improve the future of this institution. Both of them are dear friends and mentors. And as I have come to appreciate the relationship with them, I have learned a great deal about the generosity of spirit, their commitment to South Dakota and the region, their embrace of faith-inspired leadership and scholarship, and their commitment to excellence. We are a much stronger university because of not just their support of many buildings and scholarship funds, but largely because they have remained committed through the thick and thin of this university to its history and to its future. I want to personally thank Paul and Muffy for their generous support of Dakota Wesleyan University. As I travel, I have the opportunity to meet Dakota Wesleyan University alumni in literally every corner of the country. I love hearing their stories of how they came to DWU, where their lives have taken them since, and more importantly, what they did take from their Wesleyan experience and how they're using those skills and values to serve humanity. And I know we have many alumni in the audience this evening. If you are a Dakota Wesleyan University alum or attended Dakota Wesleyan University, could you please stand and be recognized? We are so very excited to be dedicating our Alumni Welcome Center tomorrow at 3 p.m. The location of our new Alumni Center is directly across in the Dakota Discovery Museum, so we encourage you to join us if you're on campus tomorrow at 3 p.m. as we celebrate the opening of this wonderful facility to recognize our alumni and to welcome them back to our campus. Also, our alumni will be gathering tomorrow evening to celebrate the Blue and White Unite All Alumni Reunion. 15 classes will be honored as reunion years, along with all Scotchman and Miss Wesleyan candidates and winners, as well as our cheerleading alumni. I encourage you to gather your fellow classmates and join us for a night of fun and celebration. Every year, we honor distinguished alumni representing each college here at Dakota Wesleyan. These individuals are remarkable. They have reached levels of achievement that make me deeply proud to call them an alum. From the College of Leadership and Public Service, we are pleased to honor Leon Washington, class of 1972, from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Leon Washington has built a successful 43-year career in higher education, serving a variety of institutions, from selective private liberal arts colleges to public universities. Leon has primarily worked in admissions and retentions at institutions across the country. After more than a decade in the California State University system, he was appointed Associate Director of Enrollment Management Services for the California State University Chancellor's Office. In this role, he was responsible for enrollment management of the entire 23 campuses of the California State University system. His career has included roles at Iowa State University, the University of California, Davis, Lehigh University, Amherst University, and many others before he took on his current position as Dean of Enrollment Management at Villanova University, where he has served since 2016. Leon has become a master of his craft, having had the opportunity to provide leadership and strategic enrollment management planning services for offices of undergraduate admissions, academic preparation programs, and retention and advising services. He has also managed additional critical areas including educational opportunity programs, financial aid, learning skills centers, services for international students and scholars, the registrar, student judicial affairs, and student affairs research and information. Leon has been an instrumental leader in recruiting minority students stemming from his experience as the first African American to graduate from an all-white Wade Hampton High School, and from his time at DWU as one of only 14 African American students on campus. He also established the School of English in Brazil, where he increased enrollment from 10 to over 60 students. Leon has served on many national committees and boards in higher education. He is a member of the Dakota Wesleyan University Board of Trustees, where he shares his expertise with the DWU admissions team as the chair of the Enrollment Management Committee. He has been a supporter of the Wesleyan Scholarship Fund, which aligns with his opinion that education is our greatest weapon because it opens both minds and hearts. Leon and his wife Maria have 3 adult daughters. Leon, those who know you have benefited from your compassion, your authenticity, and your sincerity. Your leadership has been demonstrated in your commitment to helping generations of students achieve their educational goals. And in many ways, you have shared your expertise with colleagues across the country throughout your career. It is our honor to present you with the Distinguished Alumnus Award for the College of Leadership and Public Service.
Oh my goodness gracious. Have you ever had one of those, oh my God moments? I distinctly remember one of mine. It was that year, 1969, when I arrived on Dakota Wesleyan University's campus. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was because I was hit with the full reality and magnitude of the decision that I had made. And the first thing I said was, oh my God. And then later that day, I would see my roommates have their first oh my God moment also. Picture it. This young African-American lad straight out of inner city Harlem, New York. A full-length midi coat. Platform shoes. Elephant bell bottoms. An afro out to here. With a cabbie hat half covering it. I walk into the room and they said, "Oh my God." One was from Des Moines, Iowa. The other was from Pemberton, North Dakota. One had never seen an African American except for TV. But don't worry, it is all well. That friendship lasted and we're still friends on Facebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dakota Wesleyan University. This little pride of the prairie, for all you did for this little boy from Harlem. My mother, my father would be proud. Thank you, President Novak, for all that you and your staff has done for this little place that I love so dearly. Thank you, faculty, staff, students, alumni, friends, and especially to my lovely family, my wife of 41 years, my beautiful Hollywood daughter, whom I don't see often in person, but I see almost daily on television. Thank you for all that support of my endeavors over the years. Thank you, Dakota Wesleyan University, for continuing to inspire young women and men to encounter their dreams, to find their wow, and to dare to change the world. Thank you very much.
So after he told that story, I have to go off script momentarily. When I first went out and met with Leon and was interested in visiting with him about serving on our board of trustees, I said to him, "Leon, how did you come from Harlem to Dakota Wesleyan? I mean, how did this really happen?" He said, "Well, these individuals came out, they were speaking at my church, and one of them pulled my mother aside and said, 'The girls go to bed at 8 o'clock there. This will be a good place for your son.'" He goes, "After that, I had no choice. And as I kept going west, I kept saying, 'Oh my gosh.'" Anyway, the girls didn't go to bed at 8 o'clock in 1968. So we are appreciative of Leon's time here. From the Donna Starr Kristen College of Healthcare, Fitness, and Sciences, we are pleased to honor Mike Denny, class of 1969 from St. Louis, Missouri. As Mike Denny begins his 50th year of coaching, it's no wonder that most people simply know him as Coach. His personal mission to help teach and build and master the art of encouragement has shaped many individuals to succeed athletically and academically. While at Dakota Wesleyan, Mike was a 4-year starter, an all-conference, all-district athlete in football and wrestling, and he was captain of both teams. Following his graduation from Wesleyan in 1969, Mike was recruited to play with the semi-professional Omaha Mustangs football team. He taught and coached for 10 years in Omaha public school system and then moved to the University of Nebraska at Omaha, where he became the head wrestling coach. It was during his tenure at UNO that Mike solidified his reputation as a remarkable wrestling coach. His teams claimed 7 NCAA Division II National Wrestling Championships and finished in the top 3 23 times. In fact, his team finished in the top 10 in 31 of his 32 seasons as head coach. His wrestlers won 203 NCAA Division II All-American awards, and he coached 35 national champions. In 2011, Mike took on a new challenge and moved to Maryville University in St. Louis, charged with building a new wrestling program from the ground up. He led this young program to 2 consecutive NCAA Division II regional championships and 2 third-place finishes in the NCAA Division II national championships. They have had 22 NCAA Division II All-Americans and have crowned 2 national champions in his 7 years at Maryville. Mike's team's success, however, was not just on the mats. Both teams have been academic achievers, with 77 of his student athletes recognized as NCAA Division II National Wrestling Academic All-Americans. As you can imagine, Mike has earned many accolades as a coach throughout his career, including being named NCAA Division II Coach of the Year 3 times, and induction into the NCAA Division II Wrestling Hall of Fame. From Dakota Wesleyan University, Mike received the Young Alumnus of the Year Award in 1981 and was named DWU Alumni Coach of the Year. Mike and his wife Bonnie, with whom he met while at Dakota Wesleyan, have 3 children and 7 grandchildren, all of whom have been involved in athletics. Mike, in your role as coach and teacher for nearly 50 years, hundreds of young people have experienced your life-changing support and encouragement. Your impact will be long felt. It is my honor tonight to present you the Distinguished Alumnus Award for the Donna Starr Christen College of Healthcare, Fitness, and Sciences.
Oh, just like you. Thank you, thank you. Thankful, grateful. I'm humbled. It's a privilege, pleasure, and honor to be here. It really is. I haven't been able to be back for this. I'll get to watch the first football game The last one I watched, I played in, 1968. So, I've been coaching, so I gave my assistants, they're having practice, and they better not got anybody hurt or anything, or I could get rid of a couple assistants, I guess. But no, they'll do a great job without me. But I want to thank Amy and Kitty, and I got a chance to go to the Holy Land with these two right here, Joel and Kitty, and I recommend that experience to all of you. And I'd recommend him as the guide. Don't go unless he's the guide. Okay? And Amy, you guys you're doing a great job here. I'm impressed. I commend you. Our president, Dr. Mark Lombardi at Maryville University, they have come down. Amy brought her crew, her team. You brought your team down to Maryville, spent a few days there, and so our president and our vice president, who I'm becoming, although our president, every time I see him, he does this. I think it's that. Denny, where's my national championship ring? Why do you think I hired you? Dang. I haven't got that for him yet, but he is so impressed with you guys. He says of all the ones he's worked with, Dakota Wesleyan, he's the most impressed with. And he's been at it for years. So I commend you. You're a positive force. DWU is a God gift to me. So I am humbled to be here. And this woman right here was a God gift. Well, look at her and look at me. Okay? That's the best recruiting job I've ever done. This is how I learned how to recruit, right here. Let me tell you about this. She was blue chip, okay? Ranked number 1 in her recruiting class. She was going to get drafted as a first rounder. I was trying to just get a free agent tryout, so. And let me tell you, she had so many recruiters on this campus offering her they were breaking NCAA rules. They were offering her bonuses, full rides, lifetime kind, these, and here I was trying to get her to walk on. So I had to find some other way. So I had to use some of my wrestling, football, and my martial arts, my mixed martial arts skills to discourage some of these recruiters. I had to make them some offers they couldn't refuse. She said, I don't get any calls anymore. You won't either. I remember saying the first time I went to her, her mom was a registrar here for 25 years, has an honorary doctorate. We have some blood in the game here. She's got some blood in the game. Her sister Mary right there, her brother, they're all graduated from Dakota Wesleyan. Their other sister Paula graduated from Dakota Wesleyan. My brother came here for 2 years until he was drafted and served in Vietnam, wrestled with me for 2 years here. She graduated from here. Her dad's in the Hall of Fame here. There's some blood in the game. And you know what? When there's blood in the game, it changes the game. It's another level, isn't it? There's blood in the game here. So my thing is, in this coaching thing, really, I don't get a chance to get up here. I'm tied up with that. So, but I feel the blood in this game. Let me tell you. So, my best recruit right there, my best recruit. And from that, we have 3 children. All of them, we're high school, college athletes, and they're all coaching. And all of our grandchildren are involved in athletics. Matter of fact, our oldest is a senior. He's getting honored as a senior in one of his games tonight. So we have some blood in the game there also. So the other woman in my life is my mother. Never had a high school education. Nobody in her family had a high school education. Single parent. Our dad was a World War II battlefield veteran and that got the best of him, alcoholic, but she raised us and did a great job, my brother and I. And let me tell you, my brother is in the Hall of Fame for brothers. I'm hoping he makes it to the game. And do they still serve buffalo burgers? You better got it. She said they served buffalo when she was cheerleader. That was a while ago. That was 50 years ago. They served buffalo burgers. I want them back. But my mom was a special person and raising us, and wow, she was a God gift. How did I get here? Well, I have to tell you this story. I went to this little one-room country schoolhouse, and I graduated valedictorian. But I was the only one in my class. We had 8 students, the most we ever had. Never had a teacher that had a beyond a high school education. They were young ladies, high school education, and 6 weeks of training, and they taught us. And I had a different one every year. Rode a horse to school with a couple of them. My brother and I drove a tractor to school, but we were embarrassed when we had to drive our 1936 B John Deere to school. We had to park it behind the school because we were embarrassed of it. But it was a fast way to get to school in high gear. So sometimes it was snowing, so it worked out well. But from that little one-room country schoolhouse, now my best friend and was a grade ahead of me. And he went to Royal High School, which was about 10 miles from where we lived, Royal High School. He begged me when I was an 8th grader. He was at Royal. He said, "Please, you got to come to Royal because we have only 4 boys. If you come, we'll have 5 boys, and they'll keep the basketball team." True story. But all the farm and ranch kids wrestled, played football. So I went to Neely, and they dropped basketball. Royal. I haven't spoke to him since. I don't think he's going to talk to me either. Coach Zapp came to recruit me. God gift to me. Coach Zapp, Coach Faustus, Coach Lepore for wrestling, Coach Sample. I never had one thought about coaching, teaching and coaching. Not one, ever, did I think I was going to teach and coach. Coach Zapp just told me what to take, so I took it. Passed most of it. Had a little help. But I got a math education. Got signed by the Alma Mustangs to play. They furnished you, helped you get a job. So we both taught and coached. I taught in a couple big old inner city schools. If I didn't break up a fight a day, it was a bad day. Let me tell you. I love those schools and I love those students. But then 10 years there and 32 years at the university there. I wanted to make the NFL. I guess God had other plans. What is a coach? I use this definition when I do coaches clinics all the time. Here's what a coach is. A covered carriage that takes an important person from where they are to where they want to be. A covered carriage that takes an important person from where they are to where they want to be. Dakota Wesleyan made me feel important. Kind of guided me. So I can't thank him enough for that. The mission to help teach and build, that's what God's called us to do. And you know what? We're on our 50th. I've got 5 sons of former wrestlers on this team. I've had 13 sons now of former wrestlers that I've coached in college. I have my 30th set of brothers on this team. I've had 4 sets of 3 brothers. What a gift, huh? What a gift. I got to introduce my friends over there. Those guys I played football, wrestled with, you guys all stand up. Come on, Alan, get up, get up. I know you can't get in your stance. Hey, I can still get in my stance. John, you can get in a wrestling stance. Dave, you can get in your wrestling stance. You can't get out of it either? That's okay. Bonnie's friends, dang, they're all here. Good to have you guys. You say, well, I got a belt rank in judo, and I've been doing judo and jiu-jitsu for 50 years, and maybe I got a belt rank in coaching and belt rank, maybe in football. I got some kind of belt rank. I've been at it for years. I've got some experience. You know what I want a belt rank in? You know what I want the master sensei to give me is a belt rank in the art of encouragement. And I'm probably still at a white belt. That's one of the toughest ones to get, isn't it? Master the art of encouragement. One of the toughest ones to get. I'm still working on that. You know what? Dakota Wesleyan put all this together. This little place right here put all this together. Put all of us, our friends. I see my buddy Snake over there. We all had nicknames. Doozle, Snake, Snake Wave. Jerry, thanks for all your help on this, my friend. Thanks for all your help. Thanks for all you guys. XL. They can all stand up. We'll see who's XL. Isaiah 40:31. But those that wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. They'll mount up with wings like eagles. They'll run and not be weary. They'll walk and not faint. I'm going to leave you with my battle cry, our battle cry. It's mutual respect. I respect this place, so I'm going to give him my battle cry. Ooh-sa! 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 Ooh-sa!
From the College of Arts and Humanities, we are pleased to honor Brad Pratt, class of 1979, North Mankato, Minnesota.
Soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
Brad Pratt is an ideal example of how a person can take a liberal arts education in any direction. As a student at Dakota Wesleyan University, Brad was involved in a variety of activities. When his plans to play football were cut short by a hand injury, he remained positive and shared his team spirit as one of the first male cheerleaders at Dakota Wesleyan. A music major, Brad credits Dr. Paul Shirley with patiently teaching him to play a variety of instruments. After Brad graduated from Dakota Wesleyan in 1979, he taught music in northern Iowa for 2 years. In 1981, he moved in another direction and started his financial services career in Minnesota. He is founding partner of Pratt, Krutzke & Associates, an independent financial consulting and wealth management firm. Brad has been a dedicated leader and loyal supporter of Dakota Wesleyan University in countless ways. He currently serves on the Dakota Wesleyan University Board of Trustees, where he led as chairperson for 6 years. He is also a former alumni board member. Beyond his involvement on Dakota Wesleyan's boards, he has supported Dakota Wesleyan University for 29 years, beginning when he was a young alumnus. His passion projects have included the Wesleyan Scholarship Fund and various building projects. He has shared his time and opinions by participating in the 125 Learn Strong Leaders, alumni leadership gatherings, and the Innovation Summit in 2017. Brad and his wife Teresa, a 1978 DWU graduate, have opened their home to DW touring music students and paved the way for Wesleyan music performances in their local church. Brad is involved and supports numerous local organizations in Minnesota, some of which are related to his career and others that link back to his love of music. He has served as the president of the Minnesota Insurance and Financial Advisors, the Southern Minnesota Financial Services Professionals Group, and the Mankato Area Youth Symphony. He has also been actively involved with his church. Brad and Teresa's 2 children both now work with Brad in the financial services business. He says that having the opportunity to work side by side each day with his children is amazing. Brad, throughout your career, you have been a shining example of the value of a liberal arts education dedicated to sacrifice and service. But perhaps more importantly, you have exhibited great generosity, support, and enthusiasm for your alma mater and its success. On a personal note, I have deeply appreciated Brad's kindness and gentle guiding hand. I benefited from your counsel and friendship. We are pleased at Dakota Wesleyan to honor you as the distinguished alumnus for this year for the College of Arts and Humanities.
Thank you. I know I stand between everybody leaving here, and so I'm prepared. I only got 38 pages. You know, following Leon and Mike, what an honor. I just want to say congratulations, Leon, to you and to Mike. Thank you for all you do and all you've done in your careers and the leadership that you provided. Thank you. Got it. Yeah, I want to take a minute and introduce a couple people here, and with a little bit of connection. You saw some of their pictures. First, Steve and Carmen Mock lived out in Yankton, and it's Teresa's brother, and we were all at Wesleyan, and Teresa's other brother, Tim and Bev. And for 1 year, we were all at Dakota Wesleyan. We all ended up getting married, and within 13 months, we were the third one. Yeah, it was a little questionable, but... Secondly, I want to, my two sisters are here. I want to say to my sister Denise and brother-in-law Chris, they live in D. Smith. Denise has my two nieces that both graduated from Dakota Wesleyan, Heidi and April. And as a matter of fact, if you go over to the new Alumni Center, there's this wall that has all these pictures, and I didn't even realize my niece's picture is on the end in a choir group. And so that's pretty awesome. My sister Cindy and her husband Rod from Miller, South Dakota. The new dorm over there was being built by Pitts Construction, and my nephew, Cindy's son and Rod's son, worked on that building. So the connections of the world become very small sometimes. And of course, I want to introduce both my children, Brian and Darcy. Thank you for being here. I wish my two granddaughters would have been here, but a little late at night, so, you know, you have to work around that. And, of course, my incredible wife. You know, my brother-in-law, Steve, sent me a little note saying behind every successful man is a woman. Absolutely. Absolutely. Teresa, thank you. 40 years next year in June, we're going to celebrate. I'm trying to catch you and Mike, you know, you guys, but hey, that's pretty awesome. So, a couple things as you saw a lot of these interesting pictures up here. One thing I thought I would say here before I part, it's been an amazing journey to be able to go to Wesleyan and spend my 4 years and be able to do so many different things, and be able to change from when I was in high school to how I came about in college, and everything I was able to do here really brought me through my career, and thank you to Dakota Wesleyan for that. And as I look back here now, and I've been able to be on the board since 2008, and what an honor to come back here and get to know the people again, the faculty, the staff, the numerous students I've gotten to know. Thank you all for what you do for Dakota Wesleyan. Really, give them a hand, please. Really. So the one thing when I was here, as I'll leave here, is I'm probably one of the only people that gave a tuba recital. I don't know if anybody else that ever did this. I did that my senior year, of course. I had to do a performance since I was a music major. I wasn't necessarily a real performer. But it was a little scary. I had to, my concern was, how do I get people to come? Think about this. My theme song, one of them was Beelzebub, and the other was Fantasy for Tuba. Now, really, I mean, everybody I know is thinking right now, man, I want to be there. But so the joke goes that, you know, when I share this story, I just explained to, you know, to people that weren't there that I had to pay a fair amount of money to get people to come, just so I had an audience. And but it was an interesting time in my life. But again, you know, to come listen to an hour of tuba, there it is. So I want to say that thank you again for this honor. The one person I've had a great honor and privilege to work with over the last few years as chair of the board is Amy Novak, and I can't say enough things about how awesome it is to have the opportunity to get to spend time with her and her abilities and her leadership and what she's done for Dakota Wesleyan. So Amy, it's been an honor to work with you. Thank you.
Thanks again, and so grateful to honor you. You're a wonderful role model for all of us. So. As a student of history, I've learned to value and appreciate the signs, the symbols, the traditions that define events, that define organizations and their cultures. And this morning, I reintroduced to our board an important symbol of our university at the time of our founding. Many of you may be familiar with the Scotchman, in which the last line reminds us this, quote, "Who doesn't love the spot where the tumbleweed grows?" And then we hum. And those of you who aren't alum can never quite figure this out. So I'm going to take a little bit of a moment and explain why this is important. For a number of years, even when I began working here, I was puzzled by this song and by the words of this song. Why would we recognize the spot where the tumbleweed grows? It's a noxious weed, really. Until I considered a little bit more about the tumbleweed's origins at Dakota Wesleyan University. For one, tumbleweeds arrived here in bags of flaxseed carried by Russian German immigrants to the region. Today, Dakota Wesleyan University welcomed its most diverse class of students in recent history, an embrace of our immigrant roots, an embrace of the metaphor of the tumbleweed. Second, tumbleweeds, unlike other plants that produce fruit and then their seeds are spread through pollination, are a bit different. Tumbleweeds start out as an embryo, grow green shoots like a South Dakota crocus, and then bloom a beautiful pink flower. Then it dries out and begins to die. And in this state of being dried out, the tumbleweed makes its most significant impact. When we consider our role at Dakota Wesleyan of developing servant leaders, we talk about the necessity of humility, of followership, of listening, of humbly being Christ's hands and feet to a world. In our Christian tradition, we talk about dying to ourselves so that we can embrace the fullness of Christ's call for each of us, for Christ's love for each of us. As the tumbleweed dries out, the wind breaks it from its root system, and it begins the activity for which it is named, tumbling across the prairie, and as it tumbles, its thousands of seeds are dropped on barren lands, across lush fields, hoping to plant themselves for the next successful growing season. At Wesleyan, our education is a metaphor aptly illustrated by the tumbleweed. After a season of nurturing our students through innovative learning, bold exposures to leadership, intentional faith exploration, and authentic service, we send out our students to plant the seeds of compassion, to plant the seeds of mercy, to plant the seeds of love in all places and spaces. And our alumni who we recognize tonight and the countless donors in this room are examples of that. To plant the seeds of a Wesleyan education in the hearts and minds of those who might be isolated is one of our roles. To plant the seeds of compassion in those who need our care, the seeds of opportunity in those who need hope, the seeds of prayer in those who are isolated or lonely, the seeds of mercy in those who need forgiveness, the seeds of justice in those who are persecuted. That, friends, is the mission of this university. You see, what our founders had in mind when they spoke of being a university that would build the spiritual and intellectual capital of the region for generations to come was precisely this. It's not always about accolades, but it's about how we humbly approach one another in community to recognize how each of us, in our own distinct and special way, can offer the best version of ourselves to one another. For years, we honored, at the early founding of this university, our top students by recognizing them with a Tumbleweed Award for service. For years, our yearbook was titled The Tumbleweed, starting in 1901. And each year when we gather at this event, we are reminded by our alma mater to love the spot where the tumbleweed grows. You who are here tonight are models of a tumbleweed ethos. Your generosity has allowed opportunities for those who thought a college education was not possible, and your generosity enabled it. Your generosity planted the seeds of compassion in people who landed here from Harlem, from Florida, from Texas, from Nigeria, from Japan. Your generosity offered mercy and leadership, and your investments have offered generosity to our faculty in their academic experience. Your generosity has planted the seeds of momentum where you have helped us create state-of-the-art facilities to carry on our commitment to be a leader in private, faith-inspired higher education. The tumbleweed is characterized as an entrepreneurial plant. That seed, it seeds itself anywhere. It has remarkable hardiness and resiliency. It persists amid challenges and difficulties. The tumbleweed also gathered other plants and debris into its large bundle as it scattered itself across the prairies. And today, we honor that in partnership with this Mitchell community, with Avera, with countless businesses and organizations who've collaborated with us to create state-of-the-art learning experiences for our students. Friends, you are all part of our collective tumbleweed. You have made the momentum and growth of this place possible. You have helped plant the seeds of learning, of leadership, of faith, and of service to transform our world through an investment in the next generation of leaders. For they are now equipped to grow where their calling leads them and to sow the seeds of God's love and mercy in our world. My prayer for all of us tonight, as we thank you for all that you've done, all that you've supported, all of the actions that have represented this university so well. May we always collectively be a Wesleyan tumbleweed. At this point, we are now going to sing that song. So we'd like to conclude our evening's festivities in true Wesleyan tradition by singing the Scotchman. I don't know the origin of the humming, but please just join us in that part as well. We sing the first verse, then we hum it. We'd ask you to please stand, and I'd like to invite Dylan Deathlison, our 2018 graduate and newest addition to our institutional advancement staff, to come forward to help me lead the Scotchman.
Show me the Scotchman who doesn't love the thistle. Show me the Englishman who doesn't love the rose. Show me the true-hearted son of old Wesleyan who doesn't love the spot where the tumbleweed grows.
Thank you and have a wonderful evening, and join us for all the activities of our Rock and Roar Blue and White Days events. Yep, that's fine.